Book of Eli.
Book of Eli.
Yeah.
I turned you off for 15 minutes.
I could have told
but
you.
I didn't get my fucking car and drive to fucking Malibu. No, I would never take somebody else's opinion. Listen, if you went to see that fucking movie with Angelina Jolie and that other fucking Momo who I love, Donnie Brasco, you're a fucking idiot. If you left there and said that wasn't what I thought it was, you should be shot, hung, and thrown under the jail, and then fucked in the ass by a bunch of runaway fucking slaves because you're a fucking idiot. You're gonna go see Donnie Brasco with a gold tee.
Where do they have slaves?
Huh?
Where they have slaves?
Anywhere. There's slaves around. They're in Houston. They got those little Chinese women they bring and they suck your dick. And they got to pay money to get their uncle out of fucking, whatever, immigration status or some shit. Like I said, that's what's good about being uncircumcised. Sometimes I whack off and I just hold it at the tip and it swells up like a boa constrictor. And I just sit there for like a minute. And then I go in and unload it in the fucking toilet. And it comes right out one fucking shot. So if you're uncircumcised, do that. Just whack off and come and just hold the tip. And you can watch TV to the next fucking commercial. You know what I'm saying? It swells up like a boa constrictor. You got to hold it tight. Everybody's looking at me. It looks like a balloon, like a wet balloon. You know what I'm saying? I got the Cuban egg one. I just boop, and it comes all out. I pull the skin back. I dry off the helmet. And there you go. I'm making out with a girl on my 12th birthday. My mom had a friend. They were Puerto Ricans. And they used to try to always hook us up and shit.
Ari didn't even get laid till he was like 24.
No. They made us take pictures like this.
12?
They made us take pictures like this. What? But I had already like eaten her pussy and shit and fucked her before that. Because we used to sleep over a house when we were kids. And she had hair on her pussy, tons of hair.
Oh, how old?
She had to be a year or two older than me. And our parents kept trying to hook us up so when we got older, we fall in love. So on the weekends, I sleep on the couch and she sleep in the bedroom and I go in there. They lived in the Bronx. And she'd show me her pussy and I eat her pussy. And the next day I'd touch her stomach because I thought she was pregnant. I would always think I got her pregnant. That's how fucking crazy I was that young. Her name was Yvette Rivera.
We just come inside.
If you're out there, Facebook me, you dirty freak. Facebook me, because if you were sucking dick at 12, you're an animal now. You know what I'm saying? You got a fang with fucking medals on it, you dirty whore. But in my house, what was crazy was in my house growing up,
that's bananas.
My mom and her girlfriends would talk about that crazy shit. About eating pussy.
Really? Your mom and her girlfriends would talk about eating pussy around here?
They would play cards on Tuesday nights.
And talk about eating pussy.
Talk about eating pussy. When you get older, let me see your tongue. Go like that with your tongue. And I would show them my tongue.
Get the fuck out of here.
Dog, when I was a kid, my mom on Tuesday nights, they'd get fucked up. And they'd make me dance with like tidy whities on for a bunch of women. They put on LA Woman by the doors. And I'd shake my hips, and my mom would say, "Dale jamón," which means give him ham. You know, when you go like this and make your dick go back and forth.
Give him ham?
Yeah, that means give him jamón. That's an expression. Like,
wait a minute.
Give him jamón, right?
So when you wear no underwear, I guess.
No, I had underwear
slapping
on,
your dick back and forth.
I was like 5 and 6.
Your mom is asking you to slap your dick back and forth. Like give them ham.
Like give them ham. Like that.
Oh my God.
And then they would all give me booze, and I'd pass out, and I'd wake up the next morning. Fuck yeah, my mom was the shit like that. I'm uncircumcised. You don't know what it is to catch your fucking dick in your zip. My dick looks like fuck. Let me tell you something. My little foreskin looks like Frankenstein's forehead, dog. I got stitches in that motherfucker and everything. I'll show you right now. I got a fucking scar on my helmet from like when I was about 8. I caught that turtleneck. I just left it there for 2 days, I think, one time.
Oh, God.
Dog, I was pissing sideways. I didn't leave my pants on. It took like 2 days. I didn't tell mom I was a soldier. Even then, I didn't show mom. You think I went crying like a pussy to mom, put peroxide. I lived with those shorts. My mom kept saying, well, how come those shorts are still on? Leave it there. I had like a little buckle, like put your keys in there.
Yeah.
So I kept telling her, if I don't have this, I'll lose my fucking keys. Little did she know, I had the zipper. That's when they put a big flap over your zipper. I had the zipper caught in the fucking flap of the
So you left it in
turtleneck.
there?
I couldn't pull it out.
Oh.
The pain was fucking awful.
So you just left it in the zipper?
That's why when I watched Something About Mary, that guy's one fucking day called the ambulance. I walked around for 2 fucking days. I still got a scar there, dog.
Jesus Christ.
You just didn't want to unzip it?
I didn't want to show nobody. That's embarrassing when you're 8. You got to go to your mom and say, you know. Listen, dog, when I was a kid, I was about 8 or 9. I used to live in 205 West 88th Street during the week with the Jews, nice white people, right in Amsterdam, where your boy lives. But then in the summers, I would go to 148th Street to my godmother's house. And it was 2 dimensions. The kids on 88th Street were nice kids. They played wiffle ball and organized. You went up to 148th Street. The first those motherfuckers said to you, you want to see a dead body? And we go on the George Washington Bridge. We take our bikes to go see a body that we weren't going to report.
Holy shit.
You know, we didn't report nothing in those days. That body was there for fucking weeks.
Oh, my God.
And I remember being 8 or 9. Then, come on, let's go. We ride our bike. Come on, a body. Here we go, fucking kids. And all of a sudden, there you go. And they put boards on top of them. From a block away, you can hear the zzz. from the flies. You can hear it.
Oh my God.
It makes the flies go fucking nuts. And then in '94, I had a buddy, God bless his soul, who worked at a dump in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. And he made like 50 grand a year, but he made another 100 grand a year. Every month, somebody put envelopes in this fucking thing because they don't really break up the recyclables.
Right.
They just dump them all into one. That's what the mob was doing. He was working at a dumpster as part of a city job. And I remember I borrowed his car once to do comedy. He goes, "Dog, you want to see a foot? Like a dead body?" And it was under rubble, like garbage, just going into fucking that Elizabeth, all that shit in Jersey where the garbage is. As soon as you come off that exit, it smells like ass. You just get used to it. He was used to it.
Yeah.
He you know, I just walk up to
smell.
him and go, "Come on, you want to see fucking a dead body?" You go out for miles. There'd be rats running right in front of you. And he'd be talking to you like it was nothing. I see a rat, I shit my pants. I'm
Used to it
how
the
old is
right
your
way.
father? 60-something. That means
65.
that means he's getting 1 foot in the grave on a banana peel. By the time he starts learning about it's like me why I didn't take acid, why I didn't take ecstasy. Because I was already hooked on coke. I got enough problems with the coke. I'm gonna open up a fucking thing of ecstasy now. Same thing with his dad. He's smart enough. He don't need to fucking look at computers. He wants to sit in the back and drink coconut water and daiquiris.
You just equated a man looking at computers as to why you don't.
Yeah,
do
he's
ecstasy.
60-something fucking years old. You think he's got time? He don't want to be like a computer. He wants to get his dick sucked. You know what I'm saying? Before he dies. That's why he's drinking daiquiris and having a good time on the balcony. You want him out there with a fucking thing like this fucking Momo playing on the thing, taking pictures of the cat. That guy's got one from the
I
grave
think-
until he died.
I understand that. I think that reading things on the internet makes life more interesting.
Oh, I read shit every day, but I'm not going to live on there and fucking, you know, you got to do other shit. You
Well, I
gotta
don't
get your
know. I
dick
mean,
sucked and
yeah,
shit.
for sure. You have to
Yeah.
live your life. I mean,
Fuck that shit.
being on it all the time is not the move.
Fucking
But
looking at
being on it not
documentaries
at
and
all
shit.
is not the move either.
No, but you can't believe everything you fucking read on there anyway. Gives a fuck. I'm gonna sit there and watch these documentaries every day. Get the fuck out of here. I'm living life. I'm doing my own motherfucking documentary.
I
Like,
believe you.
like what's his name? What's his name? The guy that Tina Turner's husband.
Ike Turner?
We're making our own movies. We're writing our own books. Fuck these bitches. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be there on the end of the day about the simian fucking. Who gives a fuck? It's raining 4 days out there. The one-on-one's backed up to pieces. Give a fuck.
Now, Joey, when are you going to eventually move
Science.
off of MySpace? Because I've noticed you still do your blogs on
I
MySpace
do my
and
blog.
everything.
I'm never going off MySpace.
Well, here's the deal. If MySpace goes away,
Then it goes away. Then I'll burn that.
they're
going to
take away all your blogs.
I got them on. I got them on WordPress, dog. Who do you think you're dealing with?
All
Here?
right.
Some fucking novice.
I
Relax.
just-
What's with the questions? You writing for the
Why
school
don't you-
fucking
why
paper?
don't you just
I don't know where you get these stories. It's
Funny
incredible.
because
I've known you my whole life, and you keep coming up with new stories.
We came in tonight, and I seen your family, and it was really nice to see him. And I seen your wife. And, it was funny. The first time I met your wife, we met in Vegas at the Riviera, and we were sitting there having a great time. You know what's coming.
Oh, yeah.
And some chick kept talking to us, and she was really annoying. And it turned out to be a guy that had become a chick and was part of that theater group and next to the Dirty Show where
Yeah.
women take their clothes off.
She showed us.
But
she showed us
was,
the.
but back me on this. She was beautiful. She looked good.
She looked like
You
a
couldn't
girl.
tell. And then they sued her or she got fired because they found out she was a man before that. And then she tried to sue the Riviera or whoever it was. And there was one point in the night where I go, at that time I was really crazy. I had no blow. And I'm like, come on, show me your monkey. And she showed me and Joe her pussy. And she just had a whole board. Like they took where her dick was, cut it off, and took a board drill and, and took that piece of meat out. And then they took artificial turf and they put it around this hole. And it had no clit to it. Like the clit you could see was stitched on. And here's the funny thing. Like I thought about this. I took her to my room afterward to get high with her. And you know what? If I would have done coke and drink, I would have had to suck my dick just out of general purpose for the story. You know what I'm saying? Because she looked great, guys. The worst animal ever in any drug burglary, any burglary I ever had was a Siamese cat at
Really?
my friend's house. I didn't go into the house. I was outside with a gun because I wouldn't let him come down. He wanted to come down. All I could hear was this cat go, and he was attacking the shit out of him, attacking him. He'd come to the balcony and throw the jewelry off, and the cat was on his head, pulling this. Like, to this day, that guy still has like a claw in his head that it just grew over, the skin grew over from
Wow.
burglarizing that Colombian drug dealer. She was a Colombian chick, and she would always go in the room and weigh the coke. We didn't know why.
why?
I didn't know.
Why?
I kept saying, why do
Why?
you go in the room? Bring it out here. She would always go in the room. And that's the reason why. She had a cat that she couldn't let out.
Whoa.
The door was always locked. And I never seen the cat, but when we tried to break into a house, my buddy seen the fucking cat.
So it was an attack Siamese cat?
Attacks, skinny, one of those skinny, ugly motherfuckers that he was
Whoa.
on his head. At one point, he was looking over the balcony. He's like, I'm coming down. The cat will like throw the coke down. He's throwing the coke down, the jewelry, watch by watch. The cat was on his head, pulling upward. And I'll never forget that he had the cat by its neck, trying to pull it off his fucking head. And the cat had all 4 claws into his head. It was classic. I remember going to the pawn shop to sell the jewelry, and he had blood all over his face.
Dude, it's hard to kill a cat.
It's hard. It was fucking hard. This was
Cats
the
are-
worst animal attack I've ever seen.